Alrighty, well, like I said, we would be back, and here we are under the lights at Bristol in the middle of doing some qualifying efforts. Looks like Tyler Werner just finishing up. We got Thaddeus Marshall waiting for his turn.
Yeah, these guys are qualifying. It's a two-car qualifying. They're trying to limit the amount of wear that goes into this track by pairing these guys up and letting them run two at a time, because they're trying to, like we said before the first race, they're trying to be realistic here and not reset the track state for every session. So that's why they do a pill draw and pair up for these qualifying laps.
And so now you got Thomas Lloyd and Colton Zimmer out on track. Looks like Thomas is gonna be the first one to give it a go here. And man, what do you think we're gonna see different in this one? I mean, in that last one we saw that outside line work really good, and that inside line got super slippery.
No, I mean, for me, this is totally different track. You know, they huge banking here in these corners, even banking along the straights. A different setup for these cars, I would hope. And hopefully, we'll see some fun action. That's what I'm looking forward to. I like Bristol in general. We'll see. I've never seen these cars run on them, so I'm going to be kind of learning myself.
Yeah, I have not either.
Run sprint cars here in iRacing. They're a little bit different animal, you know, because you have this straightaway type setup where you don't have that at a lot of your local tracks. It's almost like a D or even an egg shape or an oval shape. You don't have the straightaways with a U-turn at the end, which it's not an aggressive U-turn. It's a wide radius, but it's a little bit different than what you see at your local track in a small town Saturday night.
And as we get set for our next couple of people, looks like it's going to be Josh Gosland and Daniel Adam Joseph, and it looks like Daniel will get the first crack at it here.
We saw him run in the top in the last race. It looks like he's a dirt veteran, so I'm sure he'll put down a good lap time here.
And similar track size to Volusia. The track times look fairly similar, even with the high banking here. Bristol just a little bit. I think it's a little bit longer if you run middle of the track, but it's still listed as a half mile.
As Josh Gosland taking that lead spot away right off the bat.
He's putting down a nice lap time. What about our sponsors for these guys? What do we have? Tricks Utility Services? Service? Can you mention something about that in English? Or Alan Brown?
Yeah, so we had Tricks Utility Services, and he'll pop back up here in a second. You also got Evolution Inc. I believe he does paints for cars and doing a little bit of broadcasting himself. So definitely check him out on Facebook.
Yeah, Pure Speed Elite Series. That's the league. If y'all are interested in running, they like to do some dirt stuff now.
And they're recruiting.
Yeah, they are. They got a pretty good field in that last race, and looks like we have so far a little bit smaller field, but some new names out there. A few new names.
Yeah. There's a couple of guys running this one. I think Blake couldn't make the first race, the 99 of Blake Andrews, but he'll be running in this one. Also, Curtis Crutch. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, bud. The 57 car. Curtis will be running in this one as well. That he didn't make the last one.
And you know what? With the fewer cars, I think we'll also maybe see I can't say a cleaner race because we are on dirt, but we might see slightly not as many cautions here.
And again, the heat racing, they set up the heat racing to try to do 8 to 10 cars per heat. If we keep the grid small here, we won't run but maybe 2 heats, you think?
Yeah,
and then
that way.
everybody
like
will make
heats.
the feature.
Yep. It looks like a 2 heat deal, and then we'll have the feature. You know, similar to your Saturday night racetrack, wherever you are. Hope a lot of y'all visit those because that's a good family time, fun time. Those guys put their heart and soul into those cars. And a lot of us, you know, get our avenue out of it here. It's a little cheaper here to be involved with iRacing simulation, not a game.
So you'll have a couple of heats. We'll probably end up skipping the consolation event and go straight into the feature, which is 30 laps, Brown.
30 laps, 5 laps fewer. So these guys have even less time than before to make whatever moves they need to done and complete here.
$5 on the line for this race. I mean, shoot, that used to be a meal down at Sonic, but I don't think $5 will really cover it quite anymore. But shoot, $5 is $5, right, Adam?
Oh, you got to know where to go to get your $5 meal. There's places out there now.
Griff's, man. You used to be able to get a good meal at Griff's for $5.
I have no idea what an occasion that is, but it sounds like a pretty cool place.
Oh, that's a Texas and Louisiana thing, man. You don't know about Griff's?
Well, we never had it. No, not when I was there. No, sir. No, sir.
Y'all were eating squirrel burgers where you grew up.
Yeah.
Y'all were so poor.
Squirrel gravy. You could throw it on a burger if you wanted now.
Yeah. There's no rules there, man.
Yeah. It's kind of like it's a Texas-Oklahoma jambalaya, squirrel gravy. That's what we got down here.
No doubt.
No doubt, as Andrew May is excuse me, finishing up. Excuse me. Good Lord.
Well, this is...
Andrew May has finished up his qualifying effort. He's got that 4th spot locked up as of right now. So now Blake Andrews taking it out onto the track, and Curtis Crutch is working his way out there as well.
Yeah, we're new to this league, so we're trying to learn these guys like everybody else here. Is Curtis Crutch from the Plains. I don't know. That's a large encompassing
It's a big area, man.
It could be from anywhere from, I don't know,
Well, his
Oklahoma to Nebraska.
hometown says St. Louis.
Ooh, St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh,
Home
Missouri.
of the Arch. Gateway to the West. What a wonderful place that is in the daytime. Be careful at night now. But
You say the same thing about Shreveport or Charlotte or Portland or anywhere.
I'm picking on there. St. Louis has a place in my heart. I love the Cardinals. Great, cool town.
As we are finishing up here, so I think we're gonna have, if it gets divided up evenly, we will have 2 heats of 7.
Well, that's going to be fun. I like these short heats. I mean, they're fast, they're quick, they're exciting, and usually clean.
Yeah, you're not getting it's. Even if it's not clean, they're not going to throw yellows during these heats. They're going to let these guys race it out because 8 laps. That's it's good. Like you said, it's going to go by fast. But heck, how much is really on the line for these heats if all these cars are going to make the feature? You know what I mean? We're just going to be determining some starting order. So
Yeah.
Maybe some sandbagging here. So go ahead, Brown. Give us a lineup.
We will start with heat number 1's lineup. We got Josh Gosland getting that first position with Tyler Werner on his outside. In row number 2, you will have Thomas Lloyd and Quentin Mormon. In row 3, you got Jake Sylvia and Curtis Crutch with Blake Andrews getting the lucky position all the way in the back with no one around.
That's where I want to be. I want to be in the back with nobody to my high side. I'm just going to make my own decisions as to where I feel comfortable getting after it or not.
Control your own destiny in the back there.
Yeah, that's right.
Nothing wrong with that.
As the magical pace truck works our way around this track, man, I know we saw some beating and banging in that last one, but I'm looking forward to maybe some more in this one. And our last session's winner was Jake Sylvia. So in this heat, he's not starting up at the front. So we'll see if he can make some moves and find his way up to the front, but only time will tell. Lights are off on that pace truck, so we are getting ready to take that green flag and go back to racing.
What an amazing venue this place is. I mean, a historic place. To me, I've never thought I'd ever see them come in here and cover this whole place with dirt, but you know, they did it for the Cup race this past season, and just kind of a cool way to do things different as they come around here through 4.
Coming around through 4, pace truck diving off down pit lane, green flags waving, and away we go. Big stack up, maybe a miss of a gear or something there, but Tyler Werner's going to benefit from that as that car keeps moving backwards. So Tyler Werner up to the front with Quentin Mormon right behind him, and kind of single filed out here. Not too much action as a car behind him. Looks like Curtis having some issues back there.
Yeah, last place cars got in the wall hard as a couple went around him there on the front stretch.
Yeah, not too much action happening on up at the front. Everything's all single filed out for right now. You know, and we got 6 laps, about to be 5 laps to go, as it looks like Blake is trying to make a move on Josh, but it just isn't there. Man, they're closing up 2 by 2. You got a fight for third there between Thomas and Jake. Jake looking to that inside, maybe trying to get a run off down the corner. Side by side they go, as we got a fight up at first as well. You got Quentin down on that inside, Tyler up on that outside. Tyler dang near rubbing all the way around that track on the wall, and it looks like Quentin's gonna get a little better run there, so Tyler is losing that spot for right now. But super deep. Oh, we got an issue behind him. Thomas,
he did a 360.
Thomas getting 360 back there. So now you got Quentin and Jake fighting for first, but Tyler is also still up there trying to hang on to that third, keep it away from Josh. Got 2.
Here comes the white flag, bud.
White flag coming out. So Quentin, your current leader. Jake right behind him. A little bit of space. Can he close it in this corner? Does not look like it. No, still a pretty good gap. So Jake's going to need to make a big move here to try to win this heat. I don't think he's going to be able to. So no, he will come across the line in a second with Quentin getting the win in this heat. Tyler Warner secured third away from Josh Gosling there.
These go by fast, don't they, these heats?
Yeah, they do. And what we notice is quite a big difference of racing from the last race. These cars aren't sliding like they do on a track like Volusia. So a little bit of change. I think these guys are going to learn it, adapt to it, and we'll see how the track changes as we go as well.
So now on your front row for this heat, you got Thaddeus Marshall and Andrew May in row 2. You'll have Colton Zimmer and Daniel Adam Joseph. In row 3, you got Cole Ashcraft and Aiden Forster. And your last car for this heat will be Terrell Wheeler.
Yeah, Terrell Wheeler, then the 43. He was one of those guys that he tied for the hard charger in the last race. So don't count him out. He might be in the back right here on this heat, but watch him to make some moves in the feature.
And Thaddeus Marshall in the 87 car, he had
some bad luck, didn't he?
But yeah, he was running real well, and he just had some bad moments. He got turned over there at some point in that last race, but looks like he's ready for this one, and hopefully he has a good run here.
And what
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, what I saw in that last heat, it looks like this track is very difficult to make a pass at.
Yeah, for sure. And while we're waiting on the pace truck to come around, we'd like to thank our sponsors again, Tricks Utility Services and Evolution Inc. Daniel Adams' Facebook page there. Thanks, guys, for sponsoring this race. The AMSOIL Summer Nationals Hell Tour here at Bristol.
As the pace truck leads them around one more time, getting ready to take that green flag. Get ready, because here we go. Green flags waving, big stack up. The back end of Thaddeus getting lifted up there, maybe not going as quick. Oh, big contact as we got cars turned around.
Car upside down.
And no yellow. We may not have yellows here in the heat, so unfortunately their nights are ending there at this, for at least this heat, which is going to give Andrew May a lot of space in the lead, with Daniel Adam Joseph right there in the second with a big gap down towards third, where Aiden Forster was able to just barely get through all that.
It's a shame that car that was upside down had a tow. The 09 of Colton Zimmer.
Yeah. Thaddeus is just having bad luck tonight so far. Hopefully he can get him in the next one.
Oh, and looks like Daniel is starting to close the gap up to Andrew lap by lap, inch by inch. We don't have that many laps left to go here. Looks like we got 5 laps, gonna be 4 laps here, so he needs to make a move, and it looks like Thaddeus is bringing it back up and trying to... No, excuse me, that's Cole Ashcraft trying to catch up to Terrell Wheeler there.
Yeah, we're halfway done with this heat now. Heat number 2.
Yeah, so Andrew May, your leader, he's been leading us almost from the start because of that incident there. So it looks like Andrew bringing us across the line for 2 more laps.
Andrew May in that 31, he's looking dominant right now. Let's see if he can hold on to it.
Daniel closed the gap. He's right there on that bumper now, so we'll see if he can't make a move, because it looked like Andrew is definitely trying to hold that outside line. He does. Big slide up into the front of Andrew May. Big contact. Both of them kind of getting out up into the wall, but that just tells you what kind of gap there was. Andrew was able to get that position back and rolling away from Daniel before Aiden Forster could even close the gap all too much. So that's going to be your finishing order up there between Andrew, Daniel, and Aiden. You got Terrell Wheeler with a decent 4th place finish, with Cole Ashcraft coming back pretty well from that original incident.
Oh, that's a good ending on that one.
Yeah, so now we head on into our race feature with all 14 cars.
All right.
In that front row, you've got Quentin Mormon going to be starting us off with Andrew May on that outside. In row number 2, you got Jake Sylvia, and in 4th will be Daniel Adam Joseph. In 5th, in that 3rd row, you've got Tyler Werner and Aiden Forster, with Josh Gosland and Terrell Wheeler in row number 4.
So the 99 of Blake Andrews will be rolling off 9th. The 29 of Cole Ashcraft will be starting 10th place today. The 13 of Thomas Lloyd rounds out your top 11.
In 12th there, 87 Thaddeus Marshall. We'll see if we can get him some better luck as it all shakes out a little different. Colton Zimmer, Curtis Crutch, the man from St. Louis. Looks like we're going to do the old stack up here, boys.
It looks like it. I think they might need to communicate a little bit more, or looks like we may not. Looks like we'll just go straight into 2 wide racing as soon as that pace truck comes off.
Oh, I'm ready for that. Let's do it.
So one more lap around here, and you've got Quentin Mormon and Andrew May up there at the front. You saw Andrew May get in that second heat a good gap because of some early contact. So let's see what happens here in this one. Alright, just making sure that graphic worked because it did not work in that previous heat, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's a lot of buttons and stuff we got to hit here, and you're doing the best you can. The technology is, not that great at the moment. We're not putting a spaceship into space. No. We're about to roll.
Yeah, pace truck is off. Everyone's stacked up, ready to go, and green flags are waving, and away we go. 2 wide down into turn number 1. Looks like Quentin sliding up the track a little bit there. Big incident there. Looks like Tyler moving way backwards as Daniel's starting to try to find that inside. 3 wide up for the lead there.
Several cars dragging that right rear fender against the wall, but that's okay. Oh, we got a car around and upside down here in the rear. And caution's out.
Real Wheeler involved in that one, and Chris Crush.
Just getting into each other's bumpers, unfortunately, and yeah, car goes upside down. So we will have our We will have our first caution of the night.
My goodness.
Man, they're working harder than the real Mrs. Poindexter out there. This is tough to watch. What these guys they're getting some damage early, and good. Luckily for them, they have a fast repair. If they can get that in there and get it fixed, get back out there, we can keep going.
Yeah, because that is exactly what we want to see. We want to see these guys race it out like it should be, and it looks like caution laps, just like that last one, are do not count towards the official race. So
yeah, that makes it interesting.
And the 57 and the 43 are saying thank you for that, because they're sitting in the pit getting some repairs done right now.
But the other thing to remember, though, the caution laps, don't count to the race, but the track doesn't care. So every lap that these guys do under caution, the track's just going to get worse and worse. Man, if you guys get a chance to change your cameras, I want you to take a look at what the cars look like at some of the different camera angles. It looks like that right front isn't even attached to the ground.
No, they're built twisted. I mean, it's the nature of the racing that these cars do. They build these cars. It looks like who's the guy that did H.R. Giger? It looks like an H.R. Giger sculpture these cars do. But that's the way that they need to get around this track. The aero and everything, it puts the downforce where it needs to be.
Look at the big brains on English. What are you even talking about?
I'm just a nerd, man. I love my alien movies.
Okay, well, they do. They definitely look strange. That's a fact. But they look like that at your local track. They look like that everywhere. At your local track, you're going to see more dents and dings on them. They're going to look like they've been through the ringer for sure. But these guys have a fast repair here. It don't cost them a dime.
No, and as much as you don't want to use it, if you do need to, you're happy it's there. So after that, pace truck is looking to come down pit road, and back racing we go. Quentin getting a big jump there, leading us off down into turn number 1 as Andrew May and Daniel are 2 wide for second. Daniel trying to work that inside line. Contact up into the wall by the 31. Slowed him down a little bit, but he's able to keep it going as a car back there is having some issues, and we got a car around, and it looks like he's able to kind of hang on to it.
Yep.
Josh
We're
Goslin
staying green.
able to keep it going around us. We have another car around as we got our yellow flag coming out.
So a little explanation there. If a car goes around and there's nobody coming behind them, iRacing is not going to throw the flag. But as you saw in that last spin when those cars went around, other cars were coming around the track and they would have been in danger of being hit. So iRacing throws the caution.
It looked like we had another issue later on too, as cars were checking up. Just gonna take a quick look at this, see what happened there. Oh man!
Retaliation maybe there.
No, not even. His car just straight dug into the track and sent him right up into the wall.
Man.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
That's
Let's see how we shake this one out. We're 4 laps in. We got 2 cautions, so let's try to get these cobwebs off and straighten these things out.
Or at least try to. And so Quentin's going to be able to hang on to that lead for right now. Andrew May getting a little luck from that because he didn't have the best of starts.
With the fastest time around this track so far today at a 16:86. And he just set that time. So the track might be wearing out a little bit, but Quentin Mormon has definitely found the fast way around. That's a quick time.
That is for sure, and it's a bit unfortunate, but it looks like Curtis Crutch might be disconnected from this race.
He was having a rough go of it, that's for sure. But yeah, man, let's get these laps in and start getting to some real good races because I know these boys got it in them.
I do, as we got a little bit of contact going on under Payson here.
Yeah, looks like that second row. They had a little dispute of who should be where, and it's still going on.
Well, I normally like to fight and all the fun, but you know, I like to mix in a little bit of green flag laps with it. You know, everybody likes little fireworks here and there. So,
And when this race is done, ladies and gentlemen, stick around because we do have fireworks here tonight.
We got fireworks, and we're going to interview the top 3 drivers that finished tonight, and the hard charger, who is the car that gained the most positions during this race.
Which, as of right now, looks like it's Colton Zimmer.
Yeah, looks like Zimmer.
It's up 10 spots as of right now, 9 or 10 spots.
that pace truck's been out there a while. I'm going to go ahead and do some Yahtzee things and give me some popcorn and settle in, hopefully.
Yeah, I think he's going to be coming in this time around. So hopefully you got to stand right there by you as Quentin Mormon is getting ready to take us to this green flag. 2 wide stacked up for this green flag restart as Quentin takes off really early and gets a good start there. So he's going to take the lead. Andrew May with an okay start himself. Looks like Thomas Lloyd trying to work his way underneath him, but couldn't quite get the momentum there. You got Colton Zimmer moving his way up the track. Oh man, he could not make that one stick if he wanted to. So we got a nice fight back here for third between Thaddeus Marshall and Thomas Lloyd. Looks like
Thaddeus Marshall looked like he passed about 2 or 3 cars in that last lap. He made that little bottom line move work and got around some guys.
Yeah, they're fighting all the way back here in 10th position right now. I mean, they're...
Ooh, little bit of contact, sending that 16 up the track. He was able to hang on to it, but it stacked up the field behind him a little bit as we have another car into the wall, but he's able to hang on to it. So now you got Thaddeus and Colton. Colton going deep down low, trying to make something stick in a slide, but not quite there. So Thaddeus able to hang on to that third as they get big stacked up there for fourth.
Remember, $5 on the line. You got to do what you got to do here to. If you got to make a car go around to get ahead of them. That's the only way you can do it.
3 wide car into a wall. No one was giving anybody room there, but we are still racing.
Yeah, it's starting to turn out to be some good racing back here in the back of the pack. So,
Because now we got a fight back here with Colton Zimmer. He's in 5th. But you also got Blake Andrews sitting right there behind him. Maybe just waiting for that opportunity to make a move. Looks like Daniel working that far inside line, getting almost a pass completed on Blake, but not finding the grip to get a good run off of that corner. As looks like Andrew May is sneaking up to Quentin, our leader. Looks like Blake was able to make the inside line stick for him, and he was able to get around Colton. But now he's going to go super far up the track. Colton's going to get an outside run to kind of cross him up. He's now down on that inside. He's slides up right in front of Blake. So now we're going to do the good old switcheroo. Back around we go. Got Blake on that inside now.
Yeah, we're almost to halfway here, so it's time for that sense of urgency to start kicking in here, guys. You got 15 laps to go. Time to make something happen to get that $5.
3 wide as Jake Sylvia throws his name down into that mix.
well, they're trying to figure it out if they can run that low groove or not, and it looks pretty slippery.
Oh,
As we see a
big
little damage
contact.
back there. Yeah, so that groove is losing its grip. You got to look for that cushion now.
And so now you've got Colton Zimmer and Daniel Adam Joseph trying to get something to happen, but the fight up at the front is just starting to heat up as we're now starting to experience some lap traffic as well. You got Andrew May and Quentin Mormon. Looked like Andrew was trying to make that inside line work. He was seeing it work behind him, so he says, why can't it work for me up here? But it doesn't quite work for him as Quentin's able to hang on to this lead, but now he's got this lap car to contend with. Let's see who can get around this guy the easiest. Looks like Quentin goes down low and is able to kind of get past him and use him as a pick as Andrew May gets held up, and he's going to lose a little bit of time to that.
Called it, Adam. I mean, these guys are chasing that cushion up the track. Look how much higher they're running now than they were running 10 laps ago. It's really amazing how fast this track is changing.
Oh, they got trouble in the back here, 8, 7, and 8.
Oh, Yellow's out. Yep.
Yellow's out, and Colton Zimmer having some issue there. Oh, big contact, sending him up into the wall, and we had some race cars coming around, and that will cause our caution.
Boy, Colton Zimmer's got a beat-up-looking race car there, and just trying to get through this one, boys, and see how much more action we can get.
The part looks like you still got 12 cars on the lead lap here. One car in the pits and one car maybe disconnected. So still a lot of action to come. If you got 12 cars on lead lap in a feature with what we got 10 laps to go, probably what 8 or so at the green.
No, it's going to be I think 11 laps to go because
nice.
These laps
they
don't
count. Thank you for reminding me.
So everybody here gets what they paid for. There's no shortchanging on the tickets for sure.
That's what you call a bargain right there, huh, Adam?
Yeah, I think it's
Don't
a real
even count
bargain.
the yellow laps.
I mean, why not? That's kind of what they do at these small tracks around here, so it's just kind of like the realistic portion of this league. They seem to have set it up identical to like a real short track dirt racing. So I'm sure it's fun for the guys racing. Hopefully it's fun for the people watching. We're going to try to get through these laps. We had a good green flag run there, and Looked like some good racing, but it's starting to get slippery.
Good racing. We definitely saw some contact, but people were able to hang on to it. So, man, they're letting these bumpers and fairings, have at it.
Yeah, a few cars going to need some new body work after this one for sure.
As
That's something you expect to lose anyway.
And I believe the pace truck is coming down this time by, so Quentin gonna get us started here once again with Andrew May on that outside. Thaddeus Marshall back up to the front with Jake Sylvia sitting right there behind Andrew. So we'll see what kind of action we can see as pace truck makes. No, looks like we're taking one more lap around here.
Well, they like the pace laps here. This guy, the pace truck's trying to get a lot of attention right now. So maybe we need to get him off the track and let's settle this thing in and let's race, boys.
Might have to do a Richard Petty and throw a black flag at him.
There you go.
Good to see TM, old Thaddeus Marshall, up there in that 87, in third after all the bad luck he had last race. So. Good luck, Thaddeus. Hope it turns out a little bit better for you this time.
As we get ready to take that green flag, Quentin starting us off. He's pushing way high, but not a good start because of it. So they're 4 wide up there for the lead, going down into turn number 1. Looks like Andrew May on that outside got a better start. Everyone was able to figure it out, but Andrew May and Thaddeus Marshall.
March around, yells out.
Oh no, as we had cars wrecking behind them. But man, Andrew May and Thaddeus Marshall getting through that 4 wide somehow.
Well, you're going to go 4 wide with 9 to go. I mean, that's going to happen. That's just, I'm going to say. It's a wide track, but you're going to have something that's going to happen. And that did. So.
Boy.
Still out on the track. Not towing. They've got them back under power here, so they're going to try to make it around to the pits.
Yeah, it looks like my Buick LeSabre out there. Watch Days of Thunder. I mean, they're tearing these cars up. So let's get them straightened out here and finish this bad boy.
So Tyler Warner, Terrell Wheeler, and Josh Goslin will be in the pits here, try to get some damage fixed.
Yeah, hopefully it's a quick pit time because these cars are working their way back around, and it doesn't matter because they're all on the same lap anyway.
Yeah, they're too wide, but
and so based on how that caution came out, it looks like Quentin Mormon got super lucky, and he's going to be able to hang on to that lead spot. Man, talk about luck at the timing there, because that was not a good restart for him.
Yeah, he's lucky to stay up there. I agree, but how they went 4 wide there, it was almost like a parade lap going into the first.
Almost.
And you know what? I gotta still give them all credit though, because all 4 of those guys made it through that corner pretty squeaky clean.
They did, but behind them, I think they got a little antsy and might have got nervous when they saw that action. And so then you had that little incident there. But we're fixing to go here in a minute.
If the race were to end right now, your 3rd place car would also be your hard charger. And that's the 87 of Thaddeus Marshall. But still a little bit of racing left to go here.
And don't look also down there in 7th, you got Colton Zimmer. He's up 7 spots himself. So he's thrown his name into that contention bubble as well. Gonna take, I believe, one more lap here around this track. And yeah, we're definitely going to be under that 10 laps to go once we take the green. So we've already seen some tight action-packed racing here. We're going to see even more now.
Yeah, I'm ready to get this thing underway. I'm working harder than the real Annabelle Peaches myself. So, oh, we got a single file restart, so that's going to change things a little bit.
That
Yeah, looks like
is
we'll make another lap here.
all right. So changing it up to single file, maybe trying to finish this thing under green. I don't know if that. Well, we'll just have to see. As
Ducking off.
pace truck comes
Here we
down,
go.
and here they go. Quentin, getting the benefit of not having anybody around him, is going to take that lead and kind of secure it. Looks like Thaddeus Marshall is working the inside of Andrew May. Not quite there. He's got to go way down to find any grip, sliding back up the track, almost all the way into Andrew, but he wasn't able to quite keep the momentum rolling. It looks like that outside, not just for grip, but for momentum, is the line you want.
Oh yeah, definitely all day long, especially on a wore-out racetrack like this.
Whoa!
It
As
is a high
Jake
line every
Sylvia
day.
goes super deep down and then back up the track into Andrew May. He's going to do it again here, right in front of Andrew. He is able to hold on to that spot, and people aren't happy and giving him nice bumps for it too. But it looks like Andrew was able to work his way back around. So your fight for second is heating up here. As Daniel trying to toss his name into the hat for that action, looking way down, bumping and grinding all the way across this racetrack.
Nobody wants to give up, man. Everybody wants to get up there and challenge for a podium spot, and it shows here.
Yeah, that's a challenge running down low like that, and it's obviously showing. But a couple of these guys, they'll hold it for a little bit, but all that material at the top is where you really probably want to be.
Right now, Quentin has got the free reign of it up there, but back to fourth, looks like Thaddeus Marshall has moved his way up, trying to get his way back up to Daniel Joseph. He's Daniel's having a pretty okay run after that kind of rough start. He had to fight his way back up through traffic, so now he's sitting in a pretty good spot there on the podium. Thaddeus Marshall, not too bad himself, still up 8 positions, sitting in fourth as we are now 2 laps to go. As the race for first is starting to close up as well. Andrew May closing that gap, trying to get up to that bumper of Quentin, who's basically run this thing up at the front from the start all the way to this end. We got the white flag waving. Quentin and Andrew up there. Andrew driving it hard down through 1 and 2, trying to make a run happen. Don't know if he's going to get it. Looking way down low, sliding up the track. It's going to be Quentin across the line as Andrew May comes in second and Daniel in third.
Andrew May definitely gave him a run for his money, but he just couldn't get there. And that's just a case of he ran a little bit better line than you, Andrew. Sorry, buddy. 31 coming in second tonight.
Yeah, for all that beating and banging and all that anger, we had a good finish there, and that was fun right there at the end.
Yeah, we're gonna move ourselves. Let's move ourselves up into that top 3 channel and wait for our visitors to come and say hi. So man, that race had fewer cautions, but was just as exciting, especially there at the end. I mean, you could have just handed it to just about anybody.
Absolutely. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, so now we got our second place finisher in here with us, and that would be Mr. Andrew May. Now, it looked like you had a little bit of an issue on one of those restarts, but you were able to get it back and keep it up there. Man, you fought so hard to try to get back up to where Quentin was.
Yeah, the car felt pretty fast. I mean, this is my second ever late model race. The first one was the first race we ran, so I had fun. I couldn't, like, my car was really slow on the restarts there, so once I got going, you know, my car was probably one of the fastest on the track, because I was running down Quentin there at the end, and every restart, I had the one really good jump, but got ruined by caution because a couple guys can't drive, but yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Well, for being a late model beginner, I'm in the same category, man. So what a great way to start out your late model career is challenging for the lead. You were so close to Quentin. You just couldn't quite get there. Was it a difference in what line y'all were running?
No, we pretty much ran the same line the whole race. It's just really hard to pass here. It doesn't matter really what car you run. Like, I'm usually a sprint car guy, so that's what I run, and it's just really hard to pass here. You know, I tried to dive to the bottom there, and really didn't do much. You know, I didn't want to do it too many times and lose my second place like speed, but yeah, it just makes it hard to pass here with because of high banking.
Yeah, well, it looked like it was getting slippery down there on that low line, and you held it second place. Good job. Congrats, man.
Yep, thank you. Thank you guys for putting a stream on as well.
You're welcome, man. As we just hear about how hard it is to pass, we'll move on to the man who managed to make it happen. That would be Thaddeus Marshall, our hard charger of the race. You're up 8 positions from where you started, man. And I mean, you had to fight through a whole bunch of traffic, all because of kind of upsetting result there in the heat race.
Yeah, it was nice to start on pole for that heat, but like you said, upsetting result. Wasn't very easy to pass. I tried to make the bottom work as much as I could, but it went away towards the end of that race.
And that's kind of the nature of the beast, I guess, when you have a league like this that, you know, they're trying to make the racing realistic and not do resets on the track every session, and you have to move up the racetrack little by little, and it's definitely a challenge that all of you guys accepted, and especially you top 5 guys or so, y'all really got it and made it work for you.
Yeah, I'd set the car up to run the bottom. I thought it was going to last till the end of the race, and once it moved up to the high side, I just had nothing. I couldn't keep up with the top 2.
Yeah, well, the first race we saw you get destroyed a couple times, but we were pulling for you. I was watching you quite a bit, and you stuck through it on this race. And man, good job, hard charger of the race.
Thank you.
And we'll move on up to our 3rd place finisher, Mr. Daniel Adam. Man, you had a kind of a slugfest going on there in the middle of that field.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it was just an interesting race. Bristol's not one of my favorite tracks, but it's something different, so I threw it in the schedule, and it was all in all a pretty good race. Really good racing there in the middle of the field. I mean, it was really good, and those last 10 laps after that yellow on 20, I think it was. I mean, we were just battling every corner for position. So it was a little interesting, and it was a lot of close racing. But that's what you like to see in late models.
We talked a little bit about it during the race, but you know, something like a sprint car, maybe a little bit easier to run here. I don't know. It's a pavement track that they put dirt on, so you've got these straightaways that they almost seem like they don't belong on a Saturday night dirt track. But hey, this is what NASCAR decided to do, and making this dirt track. And yeah, you're right. It's something different. But do you think that what do you think would run faster here? Like a 360 or one of these late model cars?
Yeah, the comparison between the late models and the sprint cars, the 360 versus pro late models, I mean, 360s are going to be a lot faster just because they have that downforce and you can keep the car straight, whereas these things, you know, you're fighting the car to stay straight down the straightaways. But there's a different challenge in both of them because the sprint cars, I feel like they don't get as good of racing here because you can't really run side by side as much with all that downforce. The top just blows around them, whereas in the late models you can sometimes make the bottom work with the top here once it gets slick enough. That just didn't happen tonight, but all in all they both have different challenges respectively.
Well, congrats on the podium finish. That, like you said, those last 10 laps, that was exciting. That was a lot of fun to watch, and good job putting on the show.
Thank you, sir.
And talk about putting on a show. That would be Quentin Mormon, your winner of today's race. And man, you started up front, and quite simply, you stayed up front, man. That was a heck of a run you had.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like one of the reasons I was able to hold the lead because, well, it's really hard to pass here because it was nothing but slick on the bottom. But Andrew was giving me a good run for my money there. So hats off to him for the fun battle we had.
We talked a lot about, and we heard from the other drivers that we interviewed talking about how hard it is to pass here. And it was obvious from us watching because as the track goes away, the usable surface of this track just went to the outside so far to the point where if you tried to pass somebody on the inside, it just wasn't going to stick. And I think that's kind of a lot of what y'all were alluding to.
Yeah,
But great win tonight, man. We really enjoyed watching you run up there.
yeah, that was a fun race. It was mostly single file, but the cautions made it a bit interesting.
Yeah, and I think you just took advantage of where you were. You didn't get caught up in all that stuff going on in the back, and you stayed the course and won this thing. So congratulations, good win.
Thanks, and thank you for putting on the broadcast.
You're welcome, man. Well, good luck to you the rest of the season.
All right, see ya.
Take care, bud.
All right, so that will do it from us here tonight. We'll do one more official grid and kind of, not official grid, excuse me, official results to give you our final rundown. And Quentin Mormon winning the $5 here tonight with Andrew May coming in second and Daniel Adam in third. Thaddeus Marshall with your hard charger up 8 spots, finishing fourth with Jake Sylvia having kind of a rough night here. Finished fifth. You got Aiden Forster in sixth with Josh Gosland in seventh. Then you got Tyler Warner in eighth and Terrell Wheeler in ninth. Colton Zimmer in 10th with Thomas Lloyd in 11th. Got Blake Andrews in 12th with Cole Ashcroft in 13th. And unfortunate night there for Curtis Crutch. He rounds out your pack there in 14th.
Yeah, Mr. St. Louis there had a rough night, but all in all, good racing. Glad to be a part of this. Follow these guys, Pure Speed Elite Series. They're fun dirt series to watch.
Yeah, this AMSOIL Summer Nationals Hill Tour seems like it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, and watch it. We shall do. As we close this one out, you can check out m.tv live again tomorrow night as the Midwest Days of Thunder takes on the Daytona for their official start of their season. Racing there starts at 9 o'clock, so be sure to stay tuned. But until that time, I'm Alan Brown in for Alan English and Adam Turner. We signing off.
And thanks to our sponsors tonight, Trix Utility Services and Evolution Inc. By Daniel Adam. Like them on Facebook, and we go.
See ya.